right.
Hello, JK, D
Hey,
Prime.
what's up?
What's up, guys? Happy, hindi naman happy because the Holy Week holiday is a solemn holiday.
Yeah, it's just,
So I hope you guys got or happy to recover and rest.
on.
The past couple of days. I'd been on leave since Tuesday, pero I'm just doing my usual stuff. Like I'm covering the wrestling shows, like from Raw to today. And, there was Collision today. And tomorrow may SmackDown.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hope lahat kayo nakapagpahinga because
Yeah. It kind of really felt like a summer vacation for me. Like
yeah.
kahit 4 days pa lang so far.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause-
just also grateful for the rest.
yeah.
Wala nang biyahe for the foreseeable future.
Kasi mahal na bumiyahe.
Exactly.
Yeah, also that.
Yeah.
Good luck sa'yo.
Yeah. Yeah, because the next 2 weeks are also going to be hectic for me. Next 2 weekends. So, sinusulit ko na rin yung ano.
Tumasa ba pamasahe sa
Pamasahe?
bus?
Yes.
How much? By how much?
So, the usual trip that booked, dati siyang 1,250, ngayon 1,600 na siya. So, around 350.
Jesus Christ, 350?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Pero
Yeah.
kayang-kaya mo yan kasi
I mean,
binigyan ka ng race ng
I mean,
$1.
considering di pa yan mahal kasi
That's
may
like
kilala
$6, dude. What the
may
hell?
kilala pa akong hindi na we have a comedy competition happening in April and somebody couldn't make it anymore kasi almost 3,000 na yung gagastusin niya on the bus alone.
On
So,
the bus? From where?
Manila,
Jesus.
Manila
from Bicol,
to
from where
Baguio
Emil's
is-
at.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Tama.
Wait, 3,000?
Back and forth.
In total.
Back and forth.
Yes, it is.
Basically, yun yung gagastusin mo rin, di ba?
Yeah.
Pagpunta mo.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can totally understand if you were gonna miss out on WrestleMania, but at the same time, you're also it's Minoru Suzuki time next week.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, can't miss it. Can't. Saka I'm planning to stay naman for 3 weeks. So hindi naman siya yung magkasunod na
isang bagsakan
na bibili ako ng
ito.
ticket. And then I immediately buy the ticket na pa. Hindi naman.
There are a group of Bicolano comics who are doing a show here 17, 18. So that's sila kakain ng 3-6.
Yeah.
Parang mag-show dito.
Is it Comedy Oragon?
Yep.
Saan sila mag-show?
Brickwall BGC.
Okay, right.
That's nice. Yeah.
On, I think that's on the 18th. So, supportahan nyo sila para may pamasahe sila pa uwi.
Yep.
Oh, yun.
Gago. Hirap nun.
Like even yung mga 2x2 aircons na typically mura, umabot na siya ng 1,000.
Damn.
Like 1,200.
Yeah.
You're paying.
I get you.
You're paying that much for a regular aircon bus.
Well, try na ako from Baguio, but still.
Crazy times.
Exactly.
Baka dapat umipat ka na ng umipat ka kay ni Ash, Emil.
No.
All right.
10 seconds.
Please hit my music and yeet!
My name is Colin Cash Money Cannon.
What do we want to talk about?
Hey, this is the Cosmic Cactus, Paul London.
You're still just a kid. Hello, WWE Universe in the Philippines. This is Charlotte.
Because mommy is always on top.
This is Lola Vice. I love you so much.
They love my Latina heat.
What's going on? This is Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed.
You are CM Punk.
We are pretty deadly. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
To say his name.
Say his name and he appears.
Stan C, the voice of Philippine wrestling. University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Romoran, the fancy dad. University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Chino Liao, Best Gout Machine, San Sebastian College Recoletos, College of St. Benilde, De La Salle University, International Academy of Film and Television.
Emil Nate, small forward, the Ateneo de Naga University.
And you're listening.
And you're listening
to the Wrestling Podcast. And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
to the Wrestling Podcast.
Wrestling Podcast.
On our Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
You're listening to the Wrestling Podcast. Yeah.
You are watching and listening to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast on a Good Friday special. It's Romaran, Emil, Nate, Chino Liao, once again with you after no stream last night on Thursday. Jasper unfortunately had to work. Intense, diba? May trabaho siya on Holy Thursday, on Monday, Thursday.
Para siyang potato corner.
What?
Nagtatrabaho sila. It was open yesterday. I didn't even know that. That one at your house is open.
Well,
so.
my local 7-Eleven is also open.
Say, most fast foods are open.
Wait, Jasper says the commute was so effed yesterday. Bakit?
I think kasi walang biyahe.
No, man, I was able to commute
kasi
just
walang
fine.
biyahe, but there was like
walang
train,
train.
the MRT was under maintenance. So, malas no mga nakaasa sa MRT.
Yeah, dapat nag-work from home.
Siya.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah. No Stan for tonight. He is in Mongolia enjoying the sub-zero temperatures of the steppes.
Nice. I didn't know that's where he was. Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
He hasn't posted anything yet, but he's been posting privately. If you actually check the Discord, you would see his travel photos. It's one of the benefits of being a wrestling podcast Patreon. Yes, please, if you're watching us on YouTube or listening to us wherever you get your podcast, please hit subscribe, please hit follow, give us a thumbs up on this video, on this podcast, rate us 5 stars kung di pa rin kayo nag-rate sa Spotify, and share it with your friends if they're looking for a podcast that talks about wrestling every week, almost every day na rin. Eto kami, nandito kami for you. We are the Wrestling Podcast. We are religiously, pun intended, dissecting the week's worth of the day's worth of wrestling every week happening on American and international wrestling television. Where the hell did Emil Nate go?
I don't know. Nagulat din ako.
I'm just fixing my camera. Sorry.
Jesus Christ. All right. Sige. Since nagpa-ayos ka ng camera, ipa-plug ko na ang ating Wrestling Podcast WrestleMania 42 viewing party. Do we have the graphic on, Jasper? If you want to watch on April 19 and 20, that's 1 week from Sunday. Legit.
Oh my God, yeah.
Sorry, 2 weeks from Sunday.
2 weeks.
2 weeks from Sunday. 1 week from next Sunday. If you want to just get in, have breakfast, watch live with your fellow wrestling fans, then go back home to sleep after the show ends at around 10 a.m. This is the event for you. All you got to do is hit up tinyurl.com/WrestleMania42. You can still get early bird slots. Meron pa kaming slots, marami pa. It is 500 pesos for a 1-day pass for early bird purchases. For a 2-day pass, it is 900 pesos for both days. Walk-in tickets are available at 600 kung di pa kayo decidido. All of the tickets come with free iced tea. And syempre, we will be raffling away prizes care of Chino, care of Rowan, and care of our sponsor, Hobby Dainzy. So, meron pa kayong libreng laruan kung pumunta kayo dun sa aming sa viewing party namin. If it's close to you at Skinny Mike's events and bar at Bonifacio Global City. And if you're also at the QC area, kung mas malapit sa yung Hobby Stadium, our friends over at Hobby Stadium are also holding an in-house WrestleMania 42 viewing party. Go check that out. We always support our friends at Hobby Stadium, and syempre, we don't want you to go too far na rin, knowing the prices of gas, knowing the prices of the fares of the commute. So, tulong-tulungan lang tayo dito. If we want to watch WrestleMania 42 on that day. So that's Sunday, April 19 and Monday, April 20. Yun. Emil, Nate, since you're back, let's tell the people how they can help support the podcast via Patreon, Gank, and our sponsorships.
All right, so if you want to support the podcast, there are multiple ways to do that. First is the sponsorships. So if you want to sponsor a segment, sponsor an episode, want us to share your product, basically if you want us to do anything that you want, of course within within sa makakaya namin. You can contact us via hello.wrestlingwrestlingpodcast wrestlingwrestlingpodcast@gmail.com for more info. And also we got the Patreon and Gang program. It's at patreon.com/wrestlingwrestlingpodcast and gangnow.com/wrestling2xpod for as low as $5 monthly. That goes a long way into supporting what we do here. And of course you'll get exclusive access to things that we do. You get the Discord server, which is always fun, and you get first dibs to everything. So those are the perks, and it's also a neat way again to support us doing what we do in our 12th anniversary this upcoming week, next week. It's gonna be the 12th anniversary of the Wrestling Podcast. So thank you to everyone who has supported us throughout the years, and to those who will continue to support us here in the Wrestling Podcast. So again, the links are patreon.com/wrestling podcast and gagnow.com/wrestling2xpod.
Oo nga pala, mag-anniversary na tayo this week.
Yes.
It is our anniversary on Monday, actually. So if we're doing a Monday live stream, that is technically our 12th anniversary live stream.
Hey.
So, ngayon ko na nakikita yung comments on Facebook. So sorry guys, we haven't been acknowledging kasi naglolo ko yung kanina. I had to refresh my stream. So I'm going to acknowledge a bunch of the comments here. Ina, welcome back to the stream. I was actually wondering where you were. Nag-alala ko. Did we offend you in some way? So welcome back, Ina, to our stream. Ina's asking, bakit daw, quote unquote, last WWE party for the watch party for the foreseeable future?
Yes, some people were also asking me that. When you
that was really just me being that was really just me showing off.
Guys.
Yeah, exactly. Chino. That's a great call, Chino. It's a great call. But seriously,
tanong.
No, I was being morbidly funny kasi, diba? I legit do not know where we will be in a month's time. Like, I don't know what the energy situation in the country will be in a couple of months' time, diba? By the time we get to, I don't know, SummerSlam or whatever. So I legit don't know, guys. I'm trying to be, grimly funny about this. So,
and also, to be fair, we don't do non-big four watch parties anymore.
That's also true.
Could be a while. Yeah,
it could be a while. Yeah, I legit don't know. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. So I'm also actually ironically getting ahead of myself by saying that this might be the last. Pero
no. Ganito na lang. Kung gusto nyo talaga ng watch party, come out, support us during the Mania watch party. Diba? Pakita nyo sa Skinny Mics na marami pa rin nanonood despite the energy crisis in the country. Diba?
Yeah, I just don't know where we'll be in a couple of weeks. Yeah, like I'm even thinking that I might have to refund people, for malay natin hindi matuloy for whatever reason.
For whatever reason, sure. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, diba, tuloy pa rin tayo. And if you can, come out, support. Diba?
Yes. Yep. Exactly. Thank you for that, Chinov. So it's not technically the last watch party, pero, between now and maybe Survivor Series, I don't know, or between now and maybe SummerSlam, it's going to be a long 3 months from now. Yun. Okay, so let's talk about and let's skip the Converge Netflix ones right now. And Emil's not quite happy with Converge. Just kidding, no.
Well, that's for a different reason. Right?
Yeah, for a different reason. So let's talk about AEW right now. No deck, no slides back in our background. So let's talk about AEW. This week saw a bunch of big returns. So first, the biggest return on this week's Dynamite to open the show in Winnipeg, Winnipeg, Canada. Chris Jericho has bucked all the rumors, all the speculation, all the ha na for whatever reason you guys made about him jumping back to WWE. He is still firmly with AEW, as a lot of people have said, as reporters like Sean Ross Sapp have said. His deal with AEW has not expired at all. Like, there were months added to it. So he's back in AEW, he's back in Dynamite, but that's about it. He just came out to say, hi, I'm home. So, any thoughts on this very limited appearance by Jericho and what it means for his foreseeable wrestling future?
I mean, if anything, it's pie on the face of all the people who expected him to come out of the box, diba? Nung last PLE, I can't even remember with Chamber, right? Diba? It said we got Danhausen. So, yun, at least, at the very least, yun pa lang naman yung pwede natin sabihin eh. Because we all thought that he was jumping back to the WWE side of things. So the fact that he's back with AEW, especially after reports of bad blood, backstage issues and all that, it's kind of interesting that this is how he chose to make a comeback. Na parang siya pa rin yung nakakalamang in this scenario. It's interesting, but nothing really to say much about this segment other than, I guess, welcome back, Chris Jericho. I still like Jericho regardless, so it's a treat for me.
I'll take that. I'll take that pie to the face after numerous times here on the podcast claiming that, oh, this is where Jericho is going to come back. I mean, at least I didn't predict him to be coming back when they did that whole box thing. But when I said, nah, he's going to be at the Rumble, he's going to be at this episode of Raw, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I really don't know what to say anymore. Besides that, I'm indifferent with Chris Jericho at this point. Like, medyo nagsawa na rin ako sa act niya all throughout these years. So I guess he's in AEW back in AEW, and that's where he's probably gonna end his career. I guess.
I honestly don't really quite get yung yung super mega hate for Jericho. Like, I get it. He's washed. I have the same comments about him as I do Punk, CM Punk, diba? But like Punk, I can see that he's still really trying to go out there and have the best match he can have. Like, I know that he really loves wrestling to the point that he does his best in the ring. Like, it might not be his physical prime anymore, but I can really respect his effort for trying. I can also respect Punk's effort for trying. But the difference is, siempre, Chris Jericho doesn't call himself week in and week out the best in the world. About like I feel like he's self-aware enough to understand he is trying, but he's also not the best in the world.
Tsaka the risk that he's willing to take to make himself look like a jackass. I don't think Punk is ever willing to do that.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. It's a good call,
yeah. So the fact that he's out there still with the learning tree gimmick that we saw him last do, and everything else he's done in his career, that really goes to show that he's serious, but in a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of returns, Hikaru Shida is finally back in AEW, finally back in the US, because she had a lot of visa problems from the past year. And she had been gone for almost 500 days. So that is a year and a half thereabouts. So, ang tagal na wala. She had a quick match to kind of catch her up. Medyo rusty siya a little bit. And it's not her fault kasi it's just weird that she wasn't made to wrestle in the Joshi promotions in Japan. Like, one would think that with all of AEW's partnerships with places like TJPW and all that, parang you could have, or Stardom, lalo na Stardom, diba?
Yes.
You could have done something there, but they did not. So that's fine. That's kind of weird. But yeah, what do you guys think of Hikaru Shida returning? Was it?
Man, I'm happy. I'm a big Hikaru Shida fan, and I'm just happy that she's back. Medyo, yun nga, nawala talaga siya sa spotlight eh. Nawala siya sa limelight pa. Sorry, that was the word I meant to use. Kasi usually when people go away for a while, they would still wrestle in other promotions. But tama Kangaro, we never saw Hikaru Shida wrestle in anywhere in any place or any promotion ever since the last time we saw her in AEW. So to see her come back is it made me feel happy, because again she's one of my favorites and she's going after a title agad, which I think that's gonna be a great program between Shida and Willow.
Yeah, good to see Shida back. Very surprised. I'm actually also a Shida fan, so I see that apart from not wrestling with the Joshi promotions, she does a lot of live streams. And the more I watch her live streams, the more na gumagaling siya mag-English. Like she does entire live streams
Oh, yeah.
in straight English now, which is very surprising. I think easily the best English speaker out of the Joshis of all the major promotions, at least on screen. So the fact that she's been able to, improve on the skill set that she has, really goes to show na hindi naman talaga siya natulog during the time off that she has, unfortunate as it may be. I don't really know why she wasn't wrestling in the indies or in the other Josie promotions. I think it might have something to do with her visa issues, probably.
No, so Japan. Like, why didn't she
Kaya
wrestle in
kasi
Japan?
if she's kasi parang ang alam ko there is a what do you call this? A clause, I guess you could say, that stops you from working in the country you're from if you're applying to work in the United States. Kasi ang pwede nilang sabihin is, bakit ka nag-a-apply sa amin magtrabaho? May trabaho ka na dyan. That's how I understand it, diba? From what I know about US immigration here. So baka it might be that. I mean, immigration laws in the US are iffy, especially nowadays. So I'm not a lawyer. I can't really say this from my personal experience with my family here. But I mean, regardless, I'm gonna enjoy this Ishida. She's back. We're very surprised to see her back and going after a title. It's gonna be a good one with her against Willow.
All right, it's an interesting take. I didn't see it that way. Like, it's been a while since I applied for a visa, and I never applied for a work visa then in the U.S. Speaking of the returns, one last return, a huge one, also medyo surprising then. The Hurt Syndicate is back in action after Bobby Lashley has been medically cleared to compete once again. So not only are they back to dominate the tag division, but MVP has also said that they are actively recruiting more talent, new talent to the group. So who will be, or who is in the radar of the Hurt Syndicate at this point? Who would you add to the Hurt Syndicate? Who needs to be added to the Hurt Syndicate?
Honestly, Kevin Knight. I'd love to see Kevin Knight with the Hurt Syndicate. Kasi, they've been teasing something with him recently, di ba? I forgot ko sino yung nandidemonyo sa kanya, but they kind of, I think it was Okada or whoever. So there
It was Swerve. It was Swerve.
It was Swerve. Yon. So it's Swerve, right? I could also see Swerve, honestly, but he's already.
Swerve does not need a group.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
He's
not
a big star. Yeah.
He's his own group, diba? He had a group.
So Kevin Knight is the one person I kind of want to see join the Hurt Syndicate.
Actually, yeah, Kevin Knight is probably like the best pick right now. I would have said Ricochet, pero
they really did that story.
Pala sila eh. So and also he has his own group, right? So probably Kevin Knight. I can't really think of a non-black wrestler right now. I don't.
But kailangan ba black?
I mean, you said a black wrestler. We all said black wrestlers. So
true.
Magbigay kayo ng hindi black wrestlers. Sige, kung gusto niyo ako i-call out. Hindi, Emil, bigay ka ng non-black wrestler na sasali mo sa Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
Tingnan mo,
the brother, si Willie Mack, gago.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about Willie Mack in a bit. All right. Developments from Dynamite, or from Collision actually. Dynamite and Collision had back-to-back nights. Earlier today, and yesterday. Will Ospreay got back his receipt against John Moxley. So Ospreay challenges John Moxley for the Continental Championship in his rematch, in his return match, his blood feud grudge match. So any other thoughts on this being the thing? Is Will Ospreay the guy to take off the Continental Championship from John Moxley? He's already the guy to make Mox a heel again. So will this be does Ospreay need the title right now?
You know what? I think so. I think so. I think if they want to get back to Ospreay being Ospreay, then they should just give him a title so that parang may instant boost siya back to the top, right? Make him put him back in the spotlight. Because clearly they have a lot of hope in him, pinning a lot of hope on him. Kasi he is Will Ospreay and he can perform. So if they're really hyping him up to be the guy, you might as well give him a title and get it over with. Unless they're actually making him go after a bigger title, then that's going to be a different story. But I don't see that happening anytime soon.
It feels like they're just waiting their time for Will Ospreay to finally go again to go after the big one again, the World Championship. And I'm actually enjoying this Moxley title reign as the Continental Champion. So I kind of don't want to see it. I kind of want to see Ospreay and Moxley just be done with this feud, and then Ospreay moves up, challenges maybe for the world title after Kenny, because MJF's going through these challengers, and I feel like Ospreay should, his shot should like be malapit na tayo umabot sa point where Ospreay and MJF are gonna feud again for the big one. So I kind of want to see Mox retain here.
All right. Next up, another championship match for Dynasty has been confirmed. Jamie Hayter is getting the women's world championship match against Tekla. And they are really pushing hard yung angry Mina Shirakawa to really cover up. Alam mo yung, when someone is really, really mad because they know that they're the ones who did it. So they're really pushing they're really pushing the optics na galit sila. Like you've seen a lot of people do that, right? So you can really tell that a lot of the plans for the women's division were kind of messed up because of the mystery thing that has sidelined Tony Storm that we still haven't confirmed what it is. So, you guys have any thoughts on this championship match? Like, should it have been Mina? Like, should it have been someone else? Is it a weird situation that the entire division has found themselves in?
I'm a big Jamie Hayter fan, but this feels like a one-off, honestly. Wala pang stability yung main title scene right now because of the absence of Tony Storm. So it's just like, parang it's the next man up mentality at this point, but they still haven't found that one solid piece to build the division around after Tony left. Maybe they're waiting for Mercedes to come back kasi she's losing all her titles na eh, di ba?
She's giving it back.
Yeah. Ilan na lang ba?
Yung APAC Wrestling, di pa na nababalik.
Ayun yun. Nasa kanya pa yun.
Sa Malaysia.
Hindi, sa kanya na lang yun.
So,
souvenir na yun.
Maybe they're waiting for Mercedes to come back and they're gonna build the summer program around the title with Mercedes and whoever is the champion.
No, definitely it's weird. No one has Tony Storm and there's no explanation for it. Like at least a real world one, diba? So the fact that they have to keep resorting to this formula of villain of the week and all that is pretty glaring at this point. Although that's it. Jamie Hayter is also a former women's world champion. So not like it's not like she's a jobber here. You know what I mean? So at least we get some competition. And Tekla is so good. She can make anybody against her look good. So I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. The last bit from AEW. This is a really juicy one. So Willie Mack. For those who don't know him, he is a top indie star, and you might have best known him as the Mac from Lucha Underground. But he's apparently really signed to AEW, and that's something we all forgot because Willie Mack has been complaining that AEW hasn't been booking him. So he's in it. His deal was expiring, I believe, and he couldn't get an answer. So he said he was about to be homeless. He couldn't get paid. Diba? If you don't have a deal, you can't get paid. You can't pay rent, and you can't live somewhere nice or somewhere decent. Diba? So now, I feel it seems as though those concerns were addressed because Willie Mack is still under contract with AEW, but in a what is called a tier 0 deal, where apparently it's just a per appearance uh, deal contract. So it's a really really minimum independent wrestling contract. Like it's like the days of ROH and stuff like that. And, you really have to get paid by the event. So really interesting thing. AEW is finding itself in the position that WWE has always kind of found itself in, where there are so many people on the roster, na you can't realistically book everyone because there are only like 2 or 3 events every week, diba? So ang nangyayari, maraming naiiwan sa laylayan, and eventually they get forgotten about and get released when their deal comes up. So uh see, not only Willie Mack has complained about this, but also a veteran like Mercedes Martinez, whom we last saw in WWE before AEW, before she came over during the pandemic. So, you guys have any thoughts on the way this has been handled by AEW? Like, I know personally it's a normal part of the business, but I feel like AEW has always kind of presented itself as the better corporation.
Yeah, I think it also comes with the fact that they like to, or at least nung time ni Willie Mack and ni Mercedes Martinez, like to take on as many wrestlers as possible. Like any hot indie star, any guy who just jumped ship from the WWE, oh, matik na yan, dito na kayo, yan, sama na kayo dyan, diba? They only put a hard stop to that just recently. Diba? I can remember which wrestler said na hindi na kami kukuha ng WWE rejects or something like that. But somebody said it. So up to that point, anybody was signing with AEW, and it got to the point where their roster was so bloated. Yun nga, tama si Ro. Not everybody gets the effect of a rising tide here. Diba? Because there are people like Mercedes Martinez and Willie Mack who have been, for the most part, forgotten. Mercedes Martinez has been on the record saying that 2026 is her final year in professional wrestling, diba? So she has reportedly left AEW as well. So looking for greener pastures in the indies kasi feeling niya mas may-utilize siya doon, right? I don't know if Willie Mack has the same options, but if he does, I feel like he should take that because it's at least better than what the AEW is giving him at this point. At least he has more opportunity, more channels for revenue, so to speak, instead of just waiting to be utilized on AEW TV. Diba? There are a lot. I feel I'm not a wrestler. I don't know what it's like to be on the road, but from what I'm seeing here as a wrestling fan and as a wrestling observer, there's money in the indies because there are people like your Matt Cardonas of the world who have proven that it's actually true that you don't need a big company to survive. So sana yung mga wrestlers din that have that opportunity are able to take that.
So basically, his new deal is that if he's not booked, he's not getting paid.
Yes, Emil, that is literally how it works in the independent.
Man, so that kind of sucks. You know, so
considering that it is a big company.
Yeah, and like history suggests in the last few months that he's not being booked, right? We're not like I even forgot that he was even on AEW.
Hold on, I legit forgot that he was signed to AEW.
So I mean, I wish all the best for him. I mean, he's a talented guy. Tama si Chino. If I were him, but again, that's his decision. If I were him, I would just go to the Indies because there's always money in the Indies. You know, I feel like he could, or some people could earn more doing the indie route than signing a big contract in one of these promotions. But I just hope, especially this is a Mania weekend, so I hope Willie Mack can get as much bookings as he wants here.
The funniest thing is that the part about what you said about earning more money in the indies. The funniest thing is Matt Cardona has always said that, but at the first chance he got to
To
jump back
WWE.
to
Yeah,
WWE,
he
he
did.
took it.
I mean,
pero gets naman kasi,
I mean,
like
Matt Cardona also has been on record saying that as soon as WWE calls him back,
no,
babalik
yun nga.
siya.
It's funny, but I also understand why, because WWE at the end of the day is still a guaranteed minimum contract.
May stability.
May stability siya for sure. And WWE thing, independence, if it only makes you money if you can get booked everywhere, and that does take a toll on a lot of people. And I'm likely seeing or assuming that that's what happened to Matt Cardona as well. So, syempre, not everyone then can be a star, diba? So there's also that factor into it, which is why someone like Willie Mack would also kind of need the stability of a minimum, downside guarantee. So yeah, and I hope that Willie Mack does better this year, like in the sense that he gets more bookings and all of that, because he really is a talented guy. Like I miss actually watching him compete and do his thing. I now remember he is an ROH mainstay, and even then sa lagay na yun, ROH wasn't booking him, diba? Considering that that show, that brand tends to book a lot of people, just getting reps in the industry. So it's weird that suddenly di siya nabubook bigla. Good. All right. Good luck, Willie Mack. We're really rooting for you here, and I hope that you also get signed to the Hurt Syndicate. Let's take a quick Emil Nate dance break. On the other end of that, we will be talking about everything WWE, including a brand new Filipino American wrestler.
I'm the topic. They told
All right, saying hey to Albert on YouTube, holding it down on the YouTube chat. Hey man, thank you for watching us on YouTube. If Facebook is ever giving you a hard time, guys, doon kayo sa YouTube manood. We're also really trying to grow our YouTube
come watch us, give us the super likes.
Yes,
subscribe.
Yes. Oh, I know lang na mas madaling manood on Facebook kasi you're always browsing on your Facebook app. But if you are also a big YouTube fiend, please do watch us there. All right, let's talk about WWE. First, the big news from Evolve. Well, we already know of the news, but it was formalized on this week's episode of Evolve Wrestling. Our Kuya, Filipino-American Kuya, Jimmy House, has officially debuted as CJ Valor. And they put out a great triple threat match on this week's episode. Go watch it on YouTube. It's literally free. You can just go watch the match itself, but I suggest you watch the whole episode because it's sayang dead. But it's really, really good. It's like one of the best matches the Evolve brand has put out since the reboot to the PC trainee thing, the ID thing. So, ang ganda talaga. It's a really good match, and it's a huge showcase of both CJ Valor and see Chaz Starboy Hall, the former Starboy Charlie from the Independents, mostly on GCW. You've probably seen him wrestle there. Did you guys catch this? Did you guys see this at all?
No, I don't know. I was surprised that nasa evolved na si Starboy Charlie.
I'm about to watch it later after
wow,
this.
guys. I was telling y'all last night.
I'm pretty behind on my Evolve.
Hey, I had to work,
honest.
man.
Yeah.
It's literally like a 15-minute match, 10 to 15-minute match.
But I know, yung name is did they introduce him as someone who's Filipino kaya may Valor sa
No,
pangalan?
no, they did not.
Okay, because I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Bakit Valor? Hindi ko gets anong relationship ng Valor sa Philippines.
April 9 is the day of Valor.
Yeah, but
who cares?
April 1st. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Anyway,
I don't understand why people are,
I mean,
Valor is an English word.
Yeah.
I thought there was a connection there. I don't know.
Come on, man.
That is a stretch at best.
Okay.
That is a big stretch.
Baka dahil pinitch niya. Baka siya mismo nag-pitch. Mag-i-April 9 na.
I will say this, though. It is kind of a tough sell because when the commentators call him Valor, it really does exactly sound like Balor. So they're gonna have to change that if he makes it to the main roster. Because they're already changing Eli Knight on NXT because it's so close to LA Knight and Eli Drake, diba? So I'm guessing that they don't think far ahead for these guys. I don't know. Kasi alam mo yun. So
tapos
yun lang.
may Kevin Knight pa sa AEW.
Sa AEW, yeah. Kevin Knight is actually who I was thinking about when I saw Eli Knight. Kasi those two could be mistaken for brothers. Diba?
Oh, exactly.
So yeah, go catch that. These guys don't have a comment on it yet. Go watch it. It's a really, really good showcase of what he can do. And Starboy Charlie, if you've already seen Starboy Charlie. Right, let's go talk about Raw. Okay. It's a weird episode from MSG. It started with, for some reason, the WWE Men's Undisputed Champion, who is the champion of the SmackDown brand, and Stephanie McMahon comes out. And Cody says Steph is nothing like her father, which triggers Steph.
I have opinions
normally,
on this.
That would be a compliment, considering what we know about Vince now.
Ang po nitong episode na to, I don't understand. People have been fucking bashing me on threads because I called it out for how weird it is. Look, I get that it's Mania season and the brand split becomes wishy-washy. Sure. Pero bakit siya nagalit? Doon tinawag siyang you're nothing like your father.
Yeah,
that's still what I don't understand. It was a slap for slap's sake. And it becomes jarringly obvious that Stephanie McMahon has no place in this story. It's one thing if it's revealed later on that siya yung kausap ni Randy Orton sa phone, right? And then if that's the case, then I'm gonna eat a crow on the pod. That's fine. But as it stands right now, Stephanie is just there being Stephanie, and it's just weird and out of place.
Okay, I have something to say about that. When I think Stephanie said something along the lines of parang you don't know what you're up against. Ang una kong naisip, what if Randy Orton was on the phone with Triple H?
Okay.
And the reveal is gonna be at Mania. And I don't know, maybe it's gonna be Authority 2.0 or something. So yun yung naisip ko. Because
is that the thing that you really want? Is that like
exactly? Pero the segment was so random. It was so out of nowhere. Na yun yung naisip ko. Na that would be the only thing that would make this segment make sense for me. But other than that, what the fuck was this segment? Like, what was the sense of this? This was a completely random segment. Siguro kasi they just had Steph kasi it's MSG.
It's MSG kasi what Steph said about how MSG being the house that Vincent J. McMahon built is why she was out there because they had to establish that MSG is still McMahon territory, and without saying Vincent Kennedy McMahon, they had to say that it was her grandfather who built MSG, which is also technically true. But you're right. It is a segment to just trot out Stephanie McMahon. They tried to do the thing where they tried to connect Stephanie's role in the 2008-2009 Randy Orton story, diba?
Yeah.
But that's about it. Tino's right in that I don't think Cody calling Steph not Vince was slap-worthy. Again, if you have an inch of self-awareness about what the world thinks of Vince, diba? That wouldn't really be offending you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. So yun lang naman. All right, let's move on. Let's go to the end of the show. CM Punk has stopped the cinema thing. He just went out and attacked Roman Reigns, and yeah, he even argued with a fan who said that this is cinema, this is wrestling. It's on the marquee. Wrestling is on the marquee. I just find that funny because he gave up the opportunity to work in a wrestling company to go work for the Sports Entertainment Moments company. Like, I'm not saying that's wrong, but to insist that this is wrestling is kind of funny when you very well know that there isn't as much of a strong focus on the in-ring product here.
This is your guy, internet. This is your guy. Your boy Phil. Nakakatawa din to eh. Kasi obviously, we know how the segment ended. Right? He put Roman Reigns through a table. So it's a receipt from last week when Roman Reigns tapped. There's a cycle here with CM Punk wherein he gets pissed off 1 week and the week after he comes back on his high horse na parang walang nangyari. So how can a guy who is essentially a glass cannon still end up on top? Diba? After all the shit that he said. Like, hindi ko gets kung bakit tinawag siya matanda, napikon siya, but then the week after, siya pa rin yung bida. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. I think...
Wow.
I think this is the end of the build-up to this
What do they
match.
do for the next 2 weeks?
Wala.
It's funny that you say that because it's clear that the build-up is a little forced. They blew their load 2 weeks before Mania.
It's true. They did actually blow their load.
I expect they both put each other through tables. What's going to happen next?
Yeah.
That is
I said, this is it. The next 2 weeks are just going to be video packages and recaps.
That is actually the problem when you don't focus on the wrestling. Like, ironically, which is what CM Punk was trying to say. But they're not actually focusing on the wrestling, so they're actually are focusing on the whole cinematic parts of it. If you had focused on the wrestling, then Punk would have wrestled main event matches. Roman might have wrestled the main event match the way AEW does. But I don't want to compare, but I really do have to compare because yung big emotional moment with Cope and Cage and FTR the other week, that happened at the end of a match, after a match. So if you just attach matches before the whole cinema thing and stop just treating the big talking segments as their own thing, you could have had more legs to this. Diba? Sayang lang. I felt like they're kind of losing touch. And I really just find it ironic what Punk said about, what the product was. It's just really funny to hear him say that after knowing what he signed up for.
I mean, they could have had CM Punk wrestle Jey Uso, but they never did that.
Yeah, but exactly. Yeah, we really could have had a CM Punk versus Jey Uso match, but now instead we had to get the Vision defeating the Usos because of Speed and LA Knight.
Yeah.
So let's go straight to that. So we have new World Tag Team Champions 2 weeks before WrestleMania. So I think 2 matchups were made here, or if you're Jace in the comments here, it's one matchup.
Yeah, it is one.
Is it one matchup?
Yeah, it is a 6-man.
It's the Usos and LA Knight versus the Vision and ISHO Speed, and Speed is the reluctant ally of the Vision here. Is that what's happening?
All credit to ISHO Speed, but I don't want to see him in a singles match at Mania.
No, what is this? The streamers versus the wrestlers?
Oh, gago.
Logan Paul. Yun na. Ito na yung sinasabi ni...
And ISHO Speed?
Ito na yung sinasabi ni Kenny Omega in that interview that years from now, it's gonna be like ISHO Speed versus Mr. Beast or something. Papalapit na tayo doon. But again, I don't want to see Speed in a singles match kasi I don't think he knows how to do it yet, or to wrestle a singles match. Like, keeping him in tags with experienced wrestlers is the way to go. But yeah, ito na yun eh. I mean,
at the same time, while I agree with your statement here, do you really want to do that to the tag team titles during WrestleMania?
I don't know. I kind of don't want to see that. But it's so weird.
I mean, there's another tag team title that they could have a title match.
Well, that's gonna be defended on the SmackDown, WrestleMania SmackDown.
So hindi sila sabay, di ba? Hindi never
Yeah.
naman nagsabay yan eh. Right? So you don't want to do that to the tag team titles of Raw. Straddle them with ISO speed.
Unless you give them like a 5 to 6 minute match.
Oh. I mean, Speed and Night doesn't have to be like a barn burner Broadway classic. Man, pwede naman silang mag-antics lang ng 30 ng 3 minutes, di ba? Because they pulled off Johnny Knoxville.
Right? No, we're not gonna do.
Knoxville is an exception.
No, Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn was not like 5 minutes. It was a.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So kahit pa paano, diba, there is a precedent to like celebrities actually putting on an entertaining match.
So,
right?
would you rather have the 6-man that Emil was saying, or a separate LA Knight versus Speed?
I'd rather have the 6-man. I am willing to sacrifice one match on the card to see the Raw titles defended. Kasi it's Mania.
You're not on the card.
Because it's Mania, yeah.
Okay. And speaking of another match made,
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins
is like.
Go ahead. Gunther is back.
This is like
he is back.
Nobody asked for any of these matches. Nobody asked for ISO Speed on Mania. Nobody asked for Seth versus Gunther.
Gunther is back to attack Seth Rollins. He points at the sign. Gives him back shots.
Nobody fucking asked for any of these matches.
And all of a sudden they have a match. And I am entirely sure I need to throw this at the face of people who criticize AEW for quote unquote not having stories to their matches. No matter what Gunther is gonna say next week, there literally was no story to this.
Nope. These two, even though they have been on Raw, they haven't interacted at all before last week. So they could come up with with all the bullshit that they want. You're never gonna convince me that this isn't a random last minute emergency match that they put together.
You really can't say then that Heyman called Gunther out of time, because Heyman in that segment didn't know that Rollins was gonna be able to compete at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Kasi diba, hindi niya check yung email.
Hindi niya check yung email niya.
As for Adam Pearce, nobody asked for any of these matches, guys.
Exactly. I mean, to be fair kasi, diba, Rollins was supposed to siguro face either Braun
right?
or Bronson.
One of the
yeah, tas wala sila, diba? And Gunther,
allegedly, si Gunther was supposed to face Rey Mysterio. Right?
So, para silang walang kalaban. Hindi sila na pinagtapat.
I mean, yeah, that's very obvious now that we're getting this match. But the fact that we're getting it and they're treating it, and ang nakakatawa dito, they gave us 5 good years of great storytelling. And now all of a sudden, that's all out the window. Tayo na, marunong na kami kwento. O yan, makontento kayo.
This feels like one of those random Mania matches from like WrestleMania 27. Yung ganun. Yung mga last minute biglaan na lang. But it's gonna be a great match. Like, pure in-ring wise, this might be the show stealer. Come WrestleMania.
Yeah, as Albert is saying on YouTube, it's a god tier match card on paper with garbage ass booking. So I actually saw a really interesting take on Threads, as Chino mentioned earlier, saying that Triple H is a good booker, meaning to say that he knows which matchups should happen. But right now, it seems as though he's showing us that he's not a good creative writer. So he knows what matches should happen, but he doesn't know how to get us there anymore. Like, after the whole Bloodline saga and all that, parang nawala yung touch eh. And I think I'm also coming around to this. Na I used to defend this man a lot during the Bloodline saga, but now it's a lot more misses than hits, unfortunately.
You know what this build-up reminds me of WrestleMania 31? Like, the build was shit. Like, I remember trashing it. But then the Mania ended up as one of the best of all time. So may ganung vibes tong Mania na to eh. Na I feel like we can judge the build-up all we want, but if they deliver at WrestleMania, no one's gonna remember the build-up.
That is actually late period Vince booking. Like the booking is terrible. It is really bad. The stories are bad, but the wrestlers will make up for it with the in-ring act.
Ako, may theory ako. The theory ko is this. Pinapakita nila tong WrestleMania na to para mapilitan tayo pumunta ng Saudi lahat next year.
Sila nga, ayaw nga mag-Saudi
So we're gonna be forced to pay attention to Riyadh in 2027 because this ass booking is what's taking over.
No, they don't even know if they're going to be at Riyadh this year.
They already did the whole announcement thing, so who's to say?
The rumors are saying that they're rethinking everything because of the war.
Oh wow, okay.
So they can thank their buddy Donald Trump for that.
The Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer Donald Trump for his galaxy brain moves. All right. Okay, so all right. Now we're not even done yet. Lastly, Roxanne Perez is back. The Judgment Day women are complete again, and Finn is gone. Finn says that he stepped up, so he's kind of painting himself as a stepdad to Dominic Mysterio after Dom turned on Ray. Roxanne is back. I think it was also kind of a spinning wheels Liv versus Stephanie build segment just to show that Roxanne is back.
Yeah. The thing is, with the women's division on Raw, ang dami pa rin nila, but at the same time,
Jasper
matches yung iba eh.
Jasper puts up a good point here.
A good point here in the chat. Yeah, Roxanne Perez is a Finn Balor signing to Judgment Day.
I mean, JD McDonough was Finn signing and still turned on him.
Albert is asking, is this where Roxanne is going to turn on Liv? I don't know.
We don't know. It might happen.
That's true. There is the history between them na nilalandi ni Roxanne si Dom when Liv was out. So there's always that as well.
Well,
we could see two people get kicked out of the Judgment Day. I don't know. Who knows?
Or maybe Judgment Day is going to be dissolved finally.
Maybe.
I kind of don't want to see that happen though.
I think it's time. I think it's. I'm not going to actively push for it, but I feel like I wouldn't miss the Judgment Day if it dissolved now. Like I think it's run its course.
Kasi parang feeling ko pa sa ng DCF eh. They have like a revolving door of members.
Sure, I guess, but
because Dom's the only original member there.
Right? No, he's not even an original member. Yeah. Finn was an original member.
Finn, the wala na si Finn. So maybe I think it can still work if they just establish.
Yeah, it's just that it's not the same because we've seen the group since day one, diba? Okay. And I felt like Liv was gone for quite a bit, so it wasn't. Hindi na establish sa identity niya na part siya ng Judgment Day.
I think if anything, it makes me more curious as to what the original plan was for Liv Morgan had she not injured her shoulder.
Sure.
Kasi diba, there was inklings of her breaking free of the Judgment Day or turning against the Judgment Day here. Diba? So sana, I don't know, sana they still have a little bit of that left over in the story because it was an interesting story up to the point that she got injured.
Right. Yeah, that's true. All right. Before we go, we actually do have to predict NXT Stand and Deliver because that is happening already this Sunday morning on Netflix here in the Philippines. So we have to do predictions. It has been moved away from WrestleMania weekend because alanganin din yung schedule niya happening on Saturdays. So, yeah. Right. Let's try to do this quickly. First, NXT Tag Team Championship, the Vanity Project is defending against Los Americanos. Do Los Americanos even have a chance here? And is this better for them than British Strong Style?
No.
I mean, the gimmick is better for them than British Strong Style, sure.
Really?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel it is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
As much as we want to see Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne back on screen, this gimmick, they've actually written this gimmick quite well.
And they're having fun.
They're having fun. Diba? So you get given crumbs and you turn it into a feast, and that's what they're doing here.
Yep.
But as far as the title is concerned, I think the championship.
I think the Vanity Project needs the championship tomorrow.
Yeah,
although
Vanity Project hasn't really done anything with the titles. So
outside of Jackson Drake, the Swipe Right team, si Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes, they actually still aren't like distinct enough. So I hope that working with two grizzled young veterans in Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne do better for them. Next up, Men's North American Championship, Johnny Gargano versus Miles Bourne. Johnny Wrestling says that he needs to win this more than anyone knows. Because otherwise, he will go back to being depressed.
I will stand by what I said, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, about not wanting to see Johnny win. But Miles is gonna win, but Johnny's gonna get his confidence back a little bit.
I also do not want. I just saw the latest episode of the Gargano vlog that he does. It's so funny. He was depressed the entire time. So just for that reason, I don't want to see him win. I'm taking Miles Bourne.
Yeah.
All right, next up, I'm also picking Miles Bourne, but I do want to know how they restore the feeling ni Johnny Gargano.
I mean, it has to happen in SmackDown. I don't want to see it happen in NXT.
Why not? I feel like NXT is more entertaining than SmackDown anyway.
Yeah, but the story is in SmackDown.
Next up, the ultimate grudge match: Sol Ruka versus Zarya. Sino pa rin ang face, sino ang heel?
Zarya is still the good friend here. So Zarya is the good guy. I think they gotta give Zarya the win here. Okay, that's my opinion.
It's tough.
Gino.
Tough. I'm gonna say. I want to say Soul. I know she's still the bad guy here, but I think they might give it to Soul here.
I am going to say that Zarya needs to win because if they are dead set on presenting Soul as the babyface in the story, she needs to be the victim because she has won so much to the point that nobody believes that she's the underdog. This is like the John Cena thing happening all over again. So remember when she was cutting her promo last week, nobody was believing her. People were booing her because Zarya was right. She really was putting herself first and getting her. And sinasapang niya, binabahaw niya lahat ng opportunities nila as a tag team. So she needs to be humbled and Zarya needs to win.
Yep.
Right. Next up, Women's North American Championship. Tatum Paxley defends against Blake Monroe. Is this the redemption for Blake?
Yeah, I think it's time. It's time.
You think they make her North American champion again?
Oh, because the way she lost the title in the first place was an accident.
Weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always seen Blake Monroe or Mariah May go after bigger titles. So parang for me to see her back in the North American title. Well, of course, yes, no clear path to the women's title just yet. But for me to see her back in the North American title scene, parang medyo step back yun for her. So I'm kind of saying Tatum just because I know Tatum needs it more at this point.
Sige. I'm also going to agree with that. I think that Blake's ultimate redemption is not the North American Championship, but rather whoever wins the Women's Championship after this. Because I feel like it's so weird getting stuck up on the North American Championship when the whole thing was Blake Monroe is a former Women's World Champion, diba? So it feels like you need to stop playing in the mid card of NXT. And if you're going to be a big star with the Women's Championship. And that takes us to the NXT Women's Championship. JC Jane, it's now official, is defending in a triple threat versus Kendall Gray and Lola Vice. So does JC finally lose her championship?
Yes, Kendall Gray all the way.
Oh.
Again, I'm all in the Kendall Gray bandwagon here. So I'll go Kendall Gray.
It's a good reason for Blake to beat somebody kasi dalawang face yung kalaban ni JC Jane dito diba? Even if they run it back a few weeks later against JC Jane, the person that beats her still retains, right? As for who actually beats JC Jane, I want them to give it to Lola Vice just because they've screwed her over so many times. Ang dami niyang always the bridesmaid, never the bride type of situations here. And as much as I am also a fan of Kendall Gray, I think it doesn't hurt Lola to win the title, even for a quick spell. So I'm saying Lola.
So we're also saying JC Jane's gonna get the call up after me.
I don't think the call up. I think she's just gonna lose because it's time for her to lose. Like a lot of people have kind of tired of JC winning so much. Like, yeah, she's kind of milked the whole you think I was gonna be a transitional champion thing for quite a while now.
Oh, tama na double champion na siya.
I understand where Shino's coming from about Lola Vice, but I feel like the office doesn't think she's all there just yet. Although she's gotten really good, I feel like they are much more all in with Kendall Gray. As Emil said, I feel like mas na figure out ni Kendall Gray yung business before Lola Vice, and even to the point that she leapfrogged over Ren Sinclair, who was the actual independent wrestler between the two of them. Diba? All right. Finally, the main event, NXT Men's Championship. Joe Hendry is defending in a fatal four-way. Ethan Page, Ricky Saints, Tony D. Is Joe Hendry losing the championship?
I just want to say, medyo nalamig yung momentum ni Joe Hendry ever since winning the title. Or they're just not
that's
doing
what happens when you
with
win the championship.
Yeah,
Because
like,
you're not the underdog chasing anymore.
Yeah, so it's kind of tough.
You've already won, so there isn't much emotional investment in your title reign. Because you're no longer chasing anything. You're the one trying to get after them. So must make investment with the dynamic between Ricky Saints and Ethan Page, because they're chasing and they're actually entertaining, trying to backstab each other.
I go with Ethan. I go with Ethan Page.
No, I am actually gonna say Tony D'Angelo.
Wow,
that's a wild card pick.
I think if Tony D'Angelo still doesn't win, it's either Joe Hendry retains or Tony D'Angelo wins. Kasi pag hindi pa nanalo si Tony D'Angelo dito, what was that character shift for, right? Like, why'd he go through this whole Dark Knight, edgelord character arc if hindi pa siya mananalo? What's he gonna do then, right? It's just, it's the last ditch effort to take Tony D'Angelo seriously here for me, I think. And then if he doesn't pull it off, I don't know where they pick him up from. So I'm gonna say Tony D'Angelo.
That's an interesting point, and I can't. It's tough to argue against it, because whenever somebody turns or changes their gimmick, their character, they do have to get pushed with it. I've actually been thinking about the possibility of Tony D winning, and he has gotten good. Like, he feels like a Naito now. If that makes sense. I don't know if you guys get that vibe from him. He's not like the Stardust genius or anything, pero may aura na siya compared to being the cartoonish mafia leader gimmick.
Caricature, yeah.
Yeah. So I see it. I don't think I fully buy into it yet, but I see the vision. I kind of understand it, to quote Lethal Shooter. So I don't think I'm gonna pick Tony D. I'm gonna pick Joe Hendry to retain, but at the same time, I also understand that if they want Joe Hendry to get his heat back, they will make him chase the championship again, or send him to the main roster already after this. He already won the big championship on NXT.
Yeah.
Right. That is it for our picks.
Nakalimutan natin yung 10-man.
That's in the pre-show.
Is that not?
We're not gonna see the pre-show kasi wala naman siya sa Netflix eh.
Okay.
Yeah. It's I don't even know where it is gonna be. Is it on YouTube?
I mean, for American viewers, it's on YouTube. So I have to say that. But
so we don't.
All
right. All right. Thank you to everyone who was tuned in on a Good Friday episode live stream. Before we get out of here, Chino, do you have any plugs?
Check out comedymanila.ph for all the shows that we have. I have one happening April 24th, right here in Quezon City. It's a brand new showcase called Madhouse at Madison 101 Hotel, Aurora Boulevard, Quezon City. Tickets are up on comedymanila.ph again. Also, this Sunday, I am going to start streaming Elden Ring, my very first playthrough of Game of the Year winner.
Wow.
Bakit ko gagawin to? Dahil sadista ako. And
for the content.
Feeling ko mabenta yung nagmumura lang ako sa stream for like 2 hours straight. So check that out. I'll put up a thing on my Facebook page. Give me a follow, facebook.com/Chino Supersized.
Emil, do you got anything? We may not be doing the WWE 2K streams on Facebook because they are getting flagged for IP violations, which is super weird because it's a stream of a game. I don't understand what's happening.
Exactly. Yeah, so we're gonna do it on YouTube. I think probably this Sunday. Yeah, that's my tentative schedule. But after that, medyo wala muna kasi I'll be in Manila for the next 2 weekends. And I won't be bringing my Xbox. So I think Sunday will be the last stream in a while, quite a while actually. So let's enjoy it.
Yeah. All right. And then for me, dito naman tickets have sold out for next one, but I believe standing room only tickets are still available on the day itself. So
Doon kayo tatayo.
I'm not entirely sure how it's gonna work, but meron daw eh. May standing room daw eh. So
doon kayo tatayo sa may entrance para masapa kayo ni
I do not know. I cannot picture it. So Gosh,
Sapit
Martin.
sila sa rafters, ganun.
I don't know, man. I legit do not know how it's gonna work.
Yeah, sa sobrang liit pa naman ng venue, di ba?
Yeah. Tawag doon,
mamaya pati audience may seats na.
Who knows, right? And then Magic the Gathering fans, we have a new episode of the Bolus Club PH podcast today. It's all about our traumatic experiences playing the game. So medyo Lenten special siya in the vein of Eat Bulaga and Showtime. Yung mga ganun dati. So go check that out on YouTube and Spotify, the Bolus Club PH podcast. All right, that's it for our episode. Thank you to Babyface producer Jasper for always making us sound good and for taking the time to operate our stream tonight. We did miss him. It's been a week since we had a stream. Hindi tayo naka-stream no Monday. And hopefully for our anniversary episode on the coming Monday, meron tayo. Pero I don't know kung Jasper can promise that. We'll let you know kung meron man or kung wala man by Sunday or Monday. Right? If you want to go continue the conversation on our social media, it is at Wrestling2X Pod on TikTok, on Twitter, on Blue Sky, at Wrestling Podcast on Instagram, Threads, and Facebook. And for my co-host is at Chino Supersize, for Chino at EML_Meister, for Emil at _Stan C, for Stan, who is not here in Mongolia, and for myself it was at Shang.Daddy on TikTok, and on Instagram and Threads, and at Rose War on Twitter. Right. That is it for another episode. Thank you so much for listening and watching wherever you are, whether on YouTube or on Spotify. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating all the time if you haven't yet. And until the next episode on Monday or on Thursday, please stay safe, stay dry, stay cool. It is kind of hot during the day, and stay hydrated, super init, and don't be a dick. Wrestling Podcast out. Peace.